thepascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits, because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. Something just happened, and oh my dear God, what is going on with this world? There's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't understand what's going on. We are still kind of gathering as much information because this just broke just a little bit ago. I saw this on X, and this thing is just popping off. I don't understand. And they say, well, this is what we're hearing reports of, and this may not be accurate, but they're saying that it looked like there could have been a collision in midair. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out as we speak. There's a lot of information that we still don't know, and that I'm still trying to figure out right now. All we know right now is that there is a crash that happened. Another plane crashed in Northeast Philadelphia. So everybody out there in Northeast Philadelphia, in Northeast Philly, I am praying for you guys. I'm hoping everybody's safe over there. But they say a small plane has crashed. But like I said, all information is still very, very wonky right now. So do me a favor, all right? Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Okay? Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and then some, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Hit that follow button as well. Subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel. Crush that subscribe button over there. The Pascal Show clips. We talk about a lot of things over there that I'm not talking about over here, and vice versa. So make sure you subscribe to both channels. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And of course, check out pascalmerch.com. Okay, guys, we got to get straight into this because there's a lot going on, and I'm still trying to understand and trying to get down to the nitty gritty of exactly what happened here. So a lot of this has not been, a lot of questions have not been answered. We are still trying to figure a lot of things out. Right now, from what we know, a small plane crashed into a bunch of houses in Northeast Philadelphia. There's a lot of fires going on. There's a lot of question on what actually happened before this plane went down. There's speculation of a possible mid-air collision, like what we've been dealing with over in DC, but that has not been confirmed. This is just them asking questions because it just seems like it just came out of nowhere. Right now, they're saying reports of a small plane. I don't know if it's a small plane. In my personal opinion, not the way it looks like, and the amount of action that's going on right now as we speak. You can see right here, there's a lot of action. I'm going to roll this back a little bit because there was a lot of stuff that has been happening before there was, before, like, there's footage of the actual crash and everything, right? As you can see right here, there's a lot of fires going on, etc. Okay. Fires going on, houses are on fire, etc. They actually show the collision, or they show the crash, if you will. So we're going to take a look at that here. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because like I said, a lot of what we're talking about here, a lot of it's breaking news, guys. Like, this is breaking right now, so that's why we're live. You don't want to miss out on all the breaking news stuff. Make sure you hit that notification bell. All right. Set it to all. Let's go and check in on all of this. This is absolutely insane. Another plane. And I'm telling you right now, this does not make me want to fly. Not never again. Sorry. I'm just saying it out loud. I just got to get it out my system. Let's go.
Texting me right now saying what is going on, and they grew up in this area. They their hearts go out to whoever. And reports of a small.
Did you hear that beep, like that screeching noise, and then boom, right? This thing just went down. Hold on. Take a listen. I'm going to turn this up so you guys can hear this. That's crazy. Listen to this.
Plane crash that happened here in this area. And a lot of people texting me right now saying, what is going on? And they grew up in
What
this
the
area.
hell?
They, you know.
What the hell was that? You heard that right? This thing went down. This wasn't like a oops and then slowly went. It was nosedive. I'm going to roll that back one more time because I know a lot of y'all are just getting in, okay? Woy. Woy. All right. Wow. Yeah, it sounded like a missile, y'all. It really did. T, I hope you're well. T, I hope you're safe because I know this is in your neck of the woods, T. Or not, this is in your city, right? But I thought of you instantly once I saw Philly in the title. So I hope you're safe. I hope you're safe and you and yours are safe right now. And every person, he's not the only person that watches the show that lives in Philly. My thoughts go out to all y'all. I hope you guys are all safe, okay?
Happened here in this area.
But listen to this one more time. It's
and a lot of people texting me right now saying, what is going on? And they grew up in this area. They their hearts go out to whoever's involved. And we're getting multiple calls from people, though, who heard the explosion, who saw it. They felt the ground shake. And, and as you can see here, no surprise, that fireball is enough to wake anybody up within a mile or two radius from there. Again, this is from a viewer about a half mile, I'm assuming. And just seeing that fireball right there, it's incredible. We're doing our best to get Steve back. We're doing our best to get some aviation experts on and try to get a ground picture for you. We're doing the best we can to try to bring you the very latest. It is chaos in North Philly, so I'm doing my best to try to navigate you through this what appears to be just a disaster in northeast Philly right here. And I don't know if can you hear?
That's insane.
I think we had to mute some of the audio from this when that loud bang happens. I think. The person in the house might have cursed a little bit, but
I would have cursed too.
Right afterwards, and as Steve Keeley reported earlier, gas lines, houses on fire, firefighters there to put car fires out, parking lot, a large debris field that stretches city blocks. Again, Roosevelt Mall is where this happened, and so we're just trying our best to tell you what happened here. There are row homes in this area. There are gas lines that fire crews are trying to shut off, I would imagine. There are people in homes possibly in need of medical attention. No word on any fatalities at this moment, but you have to treat this as a mass casualty event.
Now, I'm curious about this, though. Think about this for a second. Now, we're going to play some more. I'm going to play a whole lot more, I promise, okay? But this is some wild stuff, okay? Again, my heart goes out to everybody out there. I'm sure a lot of people are shook right now, especially with what we just dealt with. We're still dealing with. We're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on with that. Now we got another plane that just literally dropped out from the sky, out of the sky. Now, I want you to know something, though, too. Does a plane... Can a plane make that big of if it's a small plane? Can a small plane make that big of a explosion like that? Of course, they're going to play it like 15 million times over, so we're going to see it again. But just think about it for a second. Would this be? Is that normal? Like, is this what we? Is that a normal boom? Because even a small plane like that. I feel like that's something that would be exaggerated in the movies, but we're seeing that there, and I'm like, yeah. Angie, it was like literally a mushroom cloud. So obviously I'm not trying to put out any strange speculations. I'm not putting on my tinfoil hat. I'm just saying, as far as a small plane, would a small plane make this big of a reaction once it hits the ground? I don't know. So are we sure this is a big plane or the small plane, or could this be a mid-sized plane, right? But let's continue. My dear God. Like I said, shoot. What did you say, Natasha? Natasha B, thank you so much for being a member for over 14 months. I appreciate you. Listen, I will take 2024, please, because this 2025 is crazy. Like I said, 2025 kicked the door open and said, hello, you gonna know my name, cabron. You're gonna know my name. That's what happened. Okay? We what? We 31 days into this mug, y'all. And this is crazy. This is crazy. Thank you so much for the comment, though. All right. Real quick, Dom. Yeah. I love to fly, but no more. No more. I'll drive. Shoot. I'm telling you right now, I'm like, ooh, them road trips sound fire right now. Just saying. Nurse for God, thank you so much for the love. You've been up to date on everything for all of us. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's get back into the meat and potatoes. Thank you so much for your support. All you guys. I really do appreciate it. Let's get into this. This is crazy.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts. Steve Keeley was down at the Raisin Cane's right there, the restaurant right there next to the Roosevelt Mall. That mall is an outdoor mall, and the parking lot there appeared to be empty in some of Steve's videos. Okay, now we are live. We are officially live. Our first live look at the ground from the scene, and this just gives you a glimpse at the response. Every cop, every firefighter in the area you can believe is suited up and there. I believe this looks like it is the area of, and there is going to be a media staging area, I believe, at Bustleton and Cotman. There is still smoke smoldering there from right to left. Philadelphia fire on the scene. Cops are there as well. And this is going to take quite some time to figure out, first of all, whether anybody in this area needs help. There might be people inside homes that they don't even know about who need medical attention. So they're probably going to have to go door to door as soon as they can get this fire out. And not only that, but what we've learned in D.C. is these debris fields, they are to preserve them is of utmost importance. But right now, the priority is saving lives, keeping everybody safe, whether there's another threat of another fire from an underground gas line, that is something they're going to have to look into as well. Based on the body language here, it looks like some of these firefighters and police officers here are trying to get the area cordoned off. Media there as well. This is probably as close as we can get, as safe as we can be in this area of Northeast Philly, right outside Roosevelt Mall.
I'm moving it up a little bit.
Kind of a strip mall
down there. And, Jason, Steve was talking about this a little bit earlier, kind of give that location of the mall as a locator. So just imagine a couple mile radius outside.
And I got a couple of updates. So I'm going to tell you guys about that.
And then on top of that,
here in a second,
all these slowdowns as we look at the live
okay.
traffic flow.
They're talking about traffic.
By the way, is where things are closed. I'm going to give you a little feel of exactly where things are closed as we look at Roosevelt Boulevard.
That looks like it's coming from underground, perhaps a gas line fueling that fire. That is new video from our Steve Keeley. So this is what Steve was seeing. He was describing what appeared to be a gas line that was causing flames to twirl in like a top, he said. But you see the red tape, too. That is obviously do not cross. Investigators will be there for days and days, I would imagine, to try to figure out what happened. And there are several little fires like that burning across the area of this strip mall. You see the Ross and some of the signs of this outdoor mall in this area. On the right, you see a lot of firefighters waiting on orders on what to do and where to go. They may have to go door to door, car to car, store to store, checking on everyone involved. And I'm sure many of the hospitals are preparing their emergency rooms and triage units to try to see anything. Have you seen anybody who's been injured on this as we get Steve Keeley, who joins us again? Steve?
No, I'm hearing about victims from the plane. So here's what we got from high-ranking police sources here on the scene, that there were 6 people on a plane that had just taken off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. 2 pilots, 2 doctors, a patient, and a family member is what they're telling me. And I said, is that confirmed? They said, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
That's the word Philly police got early on here at the scene. And again, I just want to caution, everything's preliminary when police get this information. But that is what they're being told from folks I guess, working at the airport because they're in communication with them, obviously. I was sent a picture of the plane. We'll hold that for now until that's officially confirmed. But it was a larger than usual. I'm with Fox. All right. So I'm sorry. That's police just looking out for my own good. And the smoke is billowing again. So, Jason, I sent in video of the flames I was telling you about the gas line. You got it, brother. Thank you. You got it. Thanks. So they're moving even themselves back just for everybody's safety. So we're moving away from the gas line and the sound of new sirens and more trucks showing up because there's so much on fire here. And the smoke is still billowing, Jason. So that's what we got here. So a plane, a jet, and that's why, and that confirmed the jet fuel smell that we were talking about when we first spoke live on the air. And that would tell you why there's so much jet fuel, because they had just taken off probably with a load of fuel. No word on where it was headed to, but it was just taking off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. And the picture of the plane that a source provided had like at least 6 windows on the side. So this was not a very small one, but what we commonly call as Lear jets, executive jets that would take off. So I'm walking further down the Roosevelt Mall out of the smoke line. Where are you guys moving up at? Well, I'm the opposite way. They said the boulevard, and thank you. They said that way, because they just chased me this way, but go over that way. All right, thank you. Yes.
Did they lose him?
Steve obviously is having to do some navigating here.
No
with
doubt.
Police who are asking him to move for his own safety. So he's trying to do that and try to get to a safe place while giving us a little play-by-play of what he's seeing. On the left is video Steve took about 5 to 10 minutes ago of a twirling fire being fueled by an underground gas line in the parking lot of a Roosevelt Mall. And on the right is a live picture on a rainy night here in Northeast Philly of the response from firefighters, hundreds, if not more, dozens there, trying to really just get a handle on what has happened with this, what appears to be what Steve described as a Lear jet, a private type jet with twin engines, about 6 windows that may have crashed. And that happened about an hour and 15 minutes ago. This obviously kind of a chaotic scene here as police and firefighters have yet to give us an update on what's going on. We're doing our best to try to bring you what we know and what we've seen.
Right, and police a top police source telling Steve Keeley that this was a plane that was carrying 2 pilots, 2 doctors, a patient, and a family member. So this sounds like it was some kind of medical transport situation. 6 people on that plane. Steve describing it as larger than usual. It was not a small plane, obviously involved in some kind of medical transport, according to top Philadelphia law enforcement officials. And just to see the fire, cars on fire, and this chaotic scene, Steve obviously moving about, trying to bring us the latest details while also trying to stay safe himself, talking about just how hard it is to breathe and the smoke in the air. And then we have all these EMT and EMS workers on the scene also trying to make the situation as safe as it can be for people there on the scene. Yeah,
and that's the first I'm hearing about a medical flight, perhaps, and then you start to wonder what kind of equipment, what kind of medical on this plane that may have caused this crash to be even worse.
What kind of medical flight was this?
Goes, I mean, it was almost in a nosedive. Can we show the doorbell camera again? It's just incredible.
That's insane.
The angle in which this plane, as it's described, was coming down from the doorbell camera from about half mile away. There it is on the left of your screen, and you'll see the fireball, and it's massive. A lot of people are saying, are we sure that's a plane? But it appears to be. And again, Northeast Philly Airport's less than 2 miles away.
And people saying, Jason, that they heard an explosion. They heard this happen, and then they looked up into the sky. People, reaching out to us on the phone, via email. There you see it again, just crashing down, coming out of a sky out of nowhere, and then that huge fireball. People say they felt the ground shake. Certainly a scary and frightening situation. I mean, this is the ring cam video that we've been showing you this evening. And can you imagine seeing this from your front
Can't even
door
imagine.
and wondering what in the world is happening.
Well, especially when you think about what just happened in Washington, D.C. and a midair collision and a lot of people saying, wait, what in the world is going on? Fred Teesey, former pilot, aviation attorney, joins us now on the phone. And Fred, you've flown this airport many times. What can you just tell us about the type of aircrafts that fly in and out of Northeast Philly Airport?
Yeah, so no problem. Thanks for having me on, guys. So I actually used to be based at Northeast Philly Airport years ago when I first came back from New York. My airplane was up at Northeast Philly Airport, so I've flown in and out there countless times. It's an interesting airport. The biggest runway there, it kind of goes up. It runs from like almost parallel to the boulevard up kind of around Red Lion Road. And there's the first thing I can say about Northeast Philly Airport is that it's surrounded by the urban part of Philadelphia. So it's not like Millville where you take off and the whole world's a kind of an off-field landing strip. So, Northeast Philly is, I don't want to say dicey, but if you're a single-engine airplane and you lose your engine in Northeast Philly, you're descending. The question is, where are you going to descend?
Right, and that makes it so much more dangerous because of the location of this airport and what can happen, which is what we're looking at right now.
Right, it is what we're looking at right now. It's really hard to tell what's going on. I've seen some of those Ring cameras. I saw one on your Instagram account, and so that whatever it was moving at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you make
That
of
thing
the
was
angle of
flying.
what appears to be a nosedive or what have you? What can cause a plane to fall out of the sky like that?
No doubt.
Okay, well, a number of things, and so I don't have any problem with speculating, but before I do that, the first thing you want to look at is the weather. And so right now, right before I came on with you guys, I looked at the weather at Northeast Philadelphia. It's what they call 700 overcast, which means it's that when you take off, once you get up to 700 feet above the ground, you are in the clouds. The other thing that caught my attention is that in aviation, we use centigrade, and it's 10 degrees centigrade. And the reason we use centigrade, and one of the reasons, is that because as you go up, for every 1,000 feet that you go up, you lose 2 degrees of centigrade, and 0 centigrade is freezing. So now that tells me that the clouds start at 700 feet on the way up, and the ice starts to form at 5,000 feet, right? 10 degrees to 5,000 feet. And so back to the answer to your question, I have no idea what happened here. But one of the things that can cause an airplane to have a problem like that is icing, and particularly this type of weather where you have rain that's falling, and depending on what the atmospheric conditions are above, a lot of times that rain will fall and the water itself will get below freezing, and then it's just looking for something. And when it hits an airplane wing, the water droplets splatter and they immediately freeze. It's called freezing rain. And it is an absolute nightmare for anything other than a jet. I mean, it's just the weather. So to answer your question, the first thing that I'd be looking at with this is the weather, because that's the kind of accident that would be consistent with either airframe icing. It's just not an engine failure. People don't understand this. When engines fail, the airplane, airplanes will keep going. I mean, they just need to move through the air to create lift. I mean, they'll definitely go. They won't go indefinitely. At some point, they'll come back down to earth, but not like that.
Right. That was like a nosedive to the ground.
Yeah. And Fred, witnesses are reporting just an immense smell of gas, of fuel. With this possibly being a medical flight.
All right.
What kind of equipment does a medical flight carry?
Probably
oxygen tanks, things that could explode. That's
probably that, but
yeah, no, it's a great question, and it depends. So the question that raises two questions if it's a medical flight. First of all, was this a rotary wing aircraft, like i.e. a helicopter, or was it a fixed wing aircraft? They do carry oxygen. I'd be curious what kind of smell that the bystanders are smelling. The more sophisticated stuff burns jet fuel. So the helicopters, the sophisticated helicopters, the medevac helicopters that you see, they burn jet fuel. The bigger airplanes, the medevac airplanes. I knew people used to fly medevac on Learjets, which is a private jet that people can use for medevac. So, And those are the kind of airplanes that fly in and out of Northeast Philly. Northeast Philly has, a lot of medevac flights go in and out of there because it's easier for a lot of different reasons, not the least of which is that you're not, getting in and out of Philly International is a little bit more difficult on the general aviation side. Not impossible, but a lot more difficult. Whereas Northeast Philly, you gas and go.
So stay with us, Fred.
Okay, I'm gonna mute that for a second because there are some things. I'm just gonna give you guys some updates and stuff like that. So, 6 people unalived on the airplane that just took off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. And from this tweet, they say sources are saying that's what sources are telling this particular reporter on the scene. 2 doctors, 2 pilots, 1 patient, and 1 family member. No update yet on any victims on the ground. Of course, they're probably trying to take out as much as they can, the fire, etc. But this is insane. Okay. CBS is reporting that 2 were on board the plane, according to the police. We're also understanding that this is a Lear jet. I actually have some photos of a Lear jet, just so I can share this, show y'all what that is too. Just what the Lear jet looks like, and it looks a little something like this. Okay, Lear jet. All right. Maybe this, nope. So this is the variation. I'm not saying that this is the plane. I'm just saying I typed in Learjet and this is what it gave me. Okay, guys? Just so you guys know. All right. So let me continue on because there's still some more crazy updates going on, of course. Still very, very shocking, all of this right here. Okay. Still very, very shocking. And what's crazy is right now, here we go. Some footage, a little bit better, getting closer to it. Let's hear what they got to say here.
See a former Navy pilot, but there's 2 stories and many other things. Fred Tisi, a former Navy pilot, an aviation attorney, and many other things. Obviously, an expert in aviation. But there's 2 stories going on here. There's the plane crash that caused what happened in the sky, and then there's the search and rescue efforts for anybody on the ground in Northeast Philly, at that Roosevelt Mall, at any of those homes in the area that may have been hurt. I think it's probably safe to assume the worst for the folks on the plane, but we have no word yet on anybody on the ground who may have been hurt or worse in this disaster.
Terrifying.
There are, again, row homes here, stores, people driving, innocent. Again, this is right at rush hour. This happened about 6 o'clock, somewhere around there. And this is a video by Steve Keeley. And just look at the debris field. I mean, that looks like just a terrible scene right after the plane crash, and you saw the fireball from a distance. This is up close. Several gas-fueled fires underground. So,
and pieces of the plane scattered
everywhere.
all over. They're on fire. Homes are on fire. Cars are on fire. I mean, it looks like a war zone out there.
It does.
It's very chaotic. It's frightening. We don't know the extent of any injuries on the ground right now. We're still trying to get that information. And as we had reported, we believe there were 6 people on that plane when it just took a nosedive out of the sky for reasons we're still trying to figure out.
So a massive response, and there you can see some firefighters. This is as close as our live camera can get. Now we've got Pico crews there, so you're going to have gas and electrical workers there trying to probably shut off all of it in the area just as a precaution to get the fires out. That video up in the top left is from about 45 minutes ago, and at that moment there was still smoke in the sky. Steve was having a hard time breathing, and a lot of folks in this neighborhood were having a hard time breathing, smelling jet fuel, smelling gas, and obviously several fires burning in scattered areas.
I mean, of course, there's going to be fires everywhere. This is absolute carnage. There's so much going on here. Of course, we already know that and I'm just giving you guys some updates here, and just reading from this article here off camera, off the screen. But it says a small plane crashed in Philadelphia near Cotman Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard just a little bit after 6 p.m. The plane is reported to be a Learjet 55. a jet rescue air ambulance. So Fox 29, the article I'm reading here, has reported the plane was carrying 6 people, 2 pilots, 2 doctors, a patient, and a family member. However, the FAA reported only 2 people on board. So that's a little bit confusing right there. FAA reported only 2 people on board, but they're saying that there were 6 people in the plane. Crews are working to contain several house and car fires caused by this crash on the 200 block of Cotman Avenue. The FAA said in a statement, a Learjet 55 crashed around 6:30 p.m. local time on Friday, the 31st of January, after departing from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. There were 2 people on board. The plane was en route to Springfield Branson National Airport in Missouri. The FAA and the NTSB will investigate. So, still, an ongoing thing. We still don't know everything as of yet. I got a few things here, so I'm just pulling these things up so we can look at these on the screen. Hold on 1 second. I don't have a whole team of producers and stuff like that, so I'm just pulling things up. I'm doing this solo dolo. You feel me? But let's take a look at this. This is we got this too. This is from a tweet. Some of the footage. Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can say that again. This is crazy, y'all. Wow. This is crazy. And the thing is that we still need to have some sort of explanation of why this happened. And the reporters are not really boots on the ground. They're kind of off. They built a perimeter around the chaos, right? So this is what's so frustrating about this, because of course everybody's going to want to get their eyes. Everybody wants to see boots on the ground, what's really going on, and all that. And right now there is nothing. And so this is really, really crazy. Another plane crash, y'all. Hold on. Whoa. Let me see this. We got some more. We got some more footage. X gonna give it to you. I'm just saying, X. Yo, X always got that footage.
Fox. I know who you are. Can I get? Yeah, just go the long way, bro. Just go the long way.
All right, brother. All right.
Just stay on the other side of this tape line right here, okay?
Will.
All right, appreciate it. A plane has crashed right off the boulevard at Cotman Avenue. It's on fire. It's not under control. It looks like a side street.
By the way, I don't know who this reporter is or whoever is holding this camera. I just found this footage. I'm just playing it for you guys, just so you know.
All places of fire. It looks like debris here. I'm in a debris field. They're roping off the parking lot. There is thick smoke and the smell of jet fuel. I'm working. I'm sorry with Fox. I need to get my. I should have worn a jacket. Sorry, brother. Just go down around. I will.
So this is the guy working on behalf of Fox, and clearly he's like, he knows these cops. At least they know some of these cops. Okay, so that's what's up.
There's pieces of the plane here. We're near Northeast Philly Airport. There are lines of police and fire as far as I can see. Black smoke filling the sky over the shopping plaza.
This is nuts.
It looks like it's on a side street affected. We're right across from a busy shopping center. So
Yeah, mercy.
the plane, pieces of the plane are in the Roosevelt Mall parking lot. It looks like, according to police, that's why they're roping that off. This was as close. There's black smoke.
All right, T.
Sorry, I'm breathing bad. Flames of black smoke coming over.
Don't worry, we're pulling up some more stuff. We're shooting from the hip here. And of course the infamous video that we're all reacting to, but now without any interruption, without any commentary or anything of that sort from the news, we can actually hear and watch the footage itself. Check this out. And see, these are the moments that I appreciate technology, like these kind of video cameras everywhere and all that. Because I feel like if this did not happen, I think somebody said that in the super chat, that this may not have been believed. You know what I'm saying? So let's play this real quick. Take a listen. That just explain that. Somebody please explain this to me, because this happens so it's like somebody just took the yoke and just like the steering wheel, it's the yoke in the plane. Did they just take the yoke and just push it straight down and into a nosedive? I mean, still, it just doesn't make sense. What happened here, right? I'm going to roll the beginning again, but this is some crazy stuff. We're going to rewatch this again. Again, it just doesn't make any sense. And for those of y'all who are just getting in, I appreciate you guys coming in. Please be sure to hit that like button before you continue to watch. Hit that like button and of course, subscribe. But here's some breaking news. Another plane crash in Northeast Philadelphia. We understand now that this was and I don't want to say the wrong term here, but this was sorry, I'm getting the thing. It was a jet rescue air ambulance. What that entails, I do not know. I need to do some research, a quick Google search on that, okay? But what we understand is that it was a jet. We have heard 2 people were on the plane. We've also heard 6 people were on the plane. Cops are saying 2. FAA is saying 2. We're hearing otherwise. We're hearing that there was 6 people on the plane, okay? So we still don't know everything as of yet. Hopefully at some point they will have some more confirmations. But again, another plane crash. It wasn't like, from what we're understanding right now, it was not a mid-air collision of any kind, but still the way that this plane goes down, it's almost as if either something happened on the plane, some sort of malfunction where the plane just stopped functioning, or somebody took that yoke, took the steering wheel of the plane and just pushed it towards the dashboard and then just nosedived this plane into the ground. I'm going to play it again for you guys, but again, this does not make any earthly sense. Right now, there's a lot of fires going on, a lot of houses that are on fire right now, etc. Just so you guys know, they're trying to take out the fire. There's a lot of fire and a lot of first responders there trying to take out the fires, and of course, trying to help and aid for any person that may need some help right now after this blaze and this explosion from this plane just happened. Okay, so let's take a look at this. You can kind of hear it in the background there. Hold on, I'm rolling it back because I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. You can even hear it before it really like hits the ground. There's a little bit of something going on. Okay, see that? Look at that. Full-on mushroom cloud. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then there's a close-up here. Crazy. I'm sorry, but this is not normal, y'all. And it definitely sounds like a missile, okay? It definitely sounds like that. But at the same time, you know, a plane going down that quickly, it could make that noise. So again, pretty scary stuff, y'all. Pretty scary stuff. We're going to continue on, though. Of course, there's more footage, or there's more info, I'm sure, because everyone's kind of resharing the footage. Oh wow, a different angle. Wow. Whoa, this one's nuts. I'm going to share this. So I kind of have to rewatch some of these just to make sure nothing too crazy is seen. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know what I mean? Because I got to censor and, you know, monitor these things before they're actually seen. But this one is crazy. Look at this one. There's a whole other angle. Check this out. People are walking out of their home, right? And
yeah, man, she's still hanging. Yeah, man,
imagine that.
She's still hanging.
Man.
Yeah,
One more time. Man. I'd be changing my pants. I'd be changing my underwear because I would be messing myself right there. I'm sorry. That's terrifying. Okay? That is terrifying. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. And I don't know how cold it is out there. Okay, I don't know what the weather is. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some of y'all in Philly. Shout out to Philly right now. Real talk. Okay, to our Philly fam. But I don't know how cold it is out there right now and all that. Okay, but at the same time, this is maddening. Boom. I'm just rolling that back. He's like, "What is that?" He's like, "Huh? What the hell?" You know what I mean? I'd be doing the same damn thing. Like, what's that coming from? Goosh. And what's crazy is that it's kind of coming out from clouds. It's a cloudy night. Okay. That's crazy, right? This is nuts. We just saw some footage of the ground already, but I'll play those things again. Don't worry. But look at that. That is nuts. Just out from the clouds. See what I'm saying? From that overcast. And then bang. Man. That is some terrifying stuff. Imagine seeing that. Imagine being a witness to that. That is some terrifying stuff. There's other angles too. Hamburger. There are more angles, y'all. More angles. Let's take a look at this one too. Look, angles galore up in this mug. Look at this. Wow. It's heartbreaking, y'all. Yeah, I would stop everything too. I'd be like, "What did I just see? What was that?" This was a Learjet. They said it was a Learjet 55. It was a rescue. Hold on, let me get this right. It was a jet rescue air ambulance. They were transporting somebody. They had 6 people on that plane. This is not a missile. I repeat, this is not a missile. All right? 6 people allegedly were on this plane. That's 2 pilots, 2 doctors, a patient, and a family member. They were on this plane. They were flying from Philadelphia, from Northeast Philadelphia, on their way to Missouri, to Springfield Branson National Airport in Missouri. Now, what they were flying out there for, we do not know. But this was not a missile. This was a plane, a small jet. But a small jet can still do a whole lot of damage, as we're seeing right here. Unbelievable. And this doesn't have any sound, guys. I mean, that's why you don't hear anything. This is just video. But have mercy. Have mercy. Have mercy. Crazy. What a past 48 hours. What a past 48 hours. I am going to be showing you guys the ground zero video here again. So let me just grab that really quick. Where the heck did it go? One second, y'all. Sorry, trying to pull. Just pulling it up, and then these things disappear pretty quickly. Look at that. That's a piece of the plane right there. There's a piece of the plane right here. Look. See that? That's got to be a piece of the plane right there. Ain't this some wow, man. And it would be ridiculous for us to think that no one else got hurt aside from the people in the plane. You see what I'm saying? Like, this obviously was, it's Friday night. People are getting ready to go out. People are getting, People are getting back home from work and all that. And then all of a sudden this happens. Again, this is.
A fucking plane just crashed on Cotman Avenue, yo. I was right there, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I second his emotion. If I saw this in real time, it'd be every curse word I can think of. Okay.
Yo, somebody crit. Oh my God, yo, the world, yo. What the fuck? Crashed right off the boulevard at Cotman Avenue. It's on fire. It's not under control. It looks like a side street.
What is going on? What is going on with this world? What is going on with the world? What is going on with the world? Oh, what is going on? This is crazy, yo. This is some crazy stuff. What is going on, man? Man, oh man, oh man. Trying to get a few other ones. Hold on, guys. Just seeing if there's any other ones. That one of the people leaving the house. Freaking terrifying. Here's another one. Another angle. There's a lot of angles, y'all. It's crazy how convenient the cameras are out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like they were out there conveniently like some conspiracy theory. I'm just saying people are out putting out their phones, using, you know what I mean, socializing, doing whatever they're doing. And it's just crazy that their phones are out right when this goes down. Look at this. Boom. Hold on. Yeah, you can see the plane. It's right there. Oh my God, that's chilling. That is absolutely bone chilling. Oh, this is insane, y'all. Look at that.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
What the heck? What the heck? Oh my God. I mean, what like, look at that. Yeah. Shoot. Who just said that? Who just Tracy ain't wrong. It's like no conspiracy here, just life. Literally, this is normal now. This is life, y'all. This is life. Oh my dear Lord. Let me get some of these super chats here really quick. Actually, before I do that, let me just pull up the live feed so we can see if there's any updates here. Right now, like, see, this is the problem. All we're seeing is this ish over and over and over again, right? It's a little frustrating, but hopefully we get some new developments and new updates in this situation, okay? But real quick, Deanne, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. Thank you for Pascal for keeping us updated and spreading positivity. Of course. Thank you so much, okay? Lisa Paxton, thank you. Paxton, I'm sorry. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And just like Lisa, hit that join button down below. Become a member, okay? Your boy's working hard out here in these streets. Beautiful disaster. Thank you so much for the love, Pascal. Just think if we didn't have home videos to show us this, we probably wouldn't believe it. Exactly. I saw this super chat earlier, and I agree 110%. Terrifying stuff because you're like, nah, that can't be real. That's got to be an urban legend or something like that. It's like, no, this actually happened. Or people suddenly say, oh, it's a missile. And it's like, no, this was a plane, y'all. This really was a plane. It really was. Okay. It's getting a little wild out there. I think you're trying to say, get out 2025. Oh, it's crazy, guys. Please, guys, be safe out there because we are living in some crazy. We've been living in some crazy times, but it seems like 2025 just supersized the craziness. Okay. Soybean, thank you so much for being a member for the past 19 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. Prayers for all involved. Thanks, Pascal, for your respectful, honest coverage. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. S-Dubs, never flying again. Please pray and hit that like. Yeah, that kind of stuff terrifies me. This kind of stuff really terrifies me. Okay. Just personally. All right. I'm not trying to stop you all from going and jumping in the plane, but I'm just saying. Dr. J 1913, welcome to the family. And Angie, welcome back. Thank you so much for re-upping. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much. S-Dubs, thank you so much again. Medical choppers, planes have minimum of 2 people, 1 pilot and 1 medical person, never any less. Yeah. So the cops are saying that FAA is basically saying that there are only 2 people on the plane, but we're hearing something different. We are hearing that there were 6 people on the plane. And I keep wondering, what was that flight for? Well, what were they flying to Branson, Missouri for? What were they going there for? I'm kind of curious about that. Jump in Flash, thank you so much for the love. Thank you for all that you do. I get my news from your show and appreciate your objective approach to all stories. I think of the opening intro song during the day and it makes me smile. Thanks. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Meredith, thank you so much. Mofo apocalyptic. Yeah, love apocalyptic indeed. That's the world that we live in apocalyptic. That's the world we live in. Yeah, we are living in some crazy times indeed. Okay. Nolly, thank you so much for the love, bro. Good to see you, homie. Good to see you too. It's been a minute. Good to see you. Wanda, thank you so much for being a member for the past 2 months. I appreciate it. RIP to all the victims. Absolutely. There's a lot of souls we've lost in the last 48 hours. Real talk, y'all. Okay. Real talk. This is some wild stuff. Ladybug, thank you so much for the love. Looks like it turned sideways. Flaps problem? Maybe. That's a good point because they said maybe freezing rain, something of that sort, maybe caused the you know what I mean? Maybe because it seems like, yeah, it looks like it kind of went sideways a little bit on the way down, right? Bow. So maybe it was something with the flaps. Maybe the flaps froze. Maybe it was freezing rain. Maybe they didn't do a good proper check. on the plane, on the flaps and everything within the plane. Maybe some things were frozen before or right when they took off because of the wind and etc. It can freeze up there while you're in mid-flight. Those things can possibly happen. So maybe that's what happened too. I don't know. They hopefully will have an answer here very, very soon. And of course, it also makes you wonder. They were having conversations with air traffic control as well. They had to have. They had to have. So what kind of conversation were they having before the plane crashed? That's something I'd like to have answered as well. Again, I don't think everything's going to be answered by tonight, right? But I will tell you this ain't a DEI hire, okay? This ain't because of a DEI hire. So we better, put that BS to rest for a hot minute and just find out exactly what happened here and why it went down the way it went down. And again, I'm wondering about that DD free. Did the black box survive? Don't know. In a fireball like that, I don't know. Okay, but here, take a listen to this a little bit. I got a few things I got to check. Okay, real quick.
And Leonard is where that house is. Yes.
It's interesting. I think a lot of these first responders, these firefighters, are kind of positioned right at that home. They are not running from home to home. They are not running from car to car. It looks like they are just in this area. Anybody who was in that home has either been rescued or addressed from the fire department, and now police obviously have this whole area blocked off. I think they're going to have to continue to expand that roped off area, and you got a lot of people walking up there wanting to know what happened. And I'm curious if there's anybody around you, Mark, who heard anything or saw anything. Are you near people?
It's where I'm at. It's just media. They kept everyone back. We're back where Shawnette was. I believe she was at Cottman and Bustleton, which is where we were told was going to be the media staging area. And all the police officers are like, no, it's going to be beyond what you're looking at right now. But nothing's confirmed. But that's why nobody's around where I'm at.
Yeah. Again,
it's just emergency.
Yeah. Okay, Mark.
It's just emergency responders.
Okay, I got something for you guys. There's some audio. Allegedly, I'm gonna say we got to take this with a grain of salt. Okay, but audio release shows air traffic control trying to reach the Learjet 55 before the crash. Okay, and it literally says we have a lost aircraft. Let's take a listen to this.
Medevac, med service 056 on departure, turn right heading 290, runway 24, clear for takeoff, wind 25010. Medevac, med service 056 affirmative, on departure, turn right heading 290, runway 24, clear for takeoff. Medevac, med service 056, contact Philly departure 123.8.
123.8, Mike Tango Sierra 056 Medevac. Thank you, good day.
Medevac med service 056, Northeast Tower, contact Philly 123.8. Medevac med service Northeast Tower. Medevac med service 056, Northeast Tower, you on frequency?
Medevac Mike Tango Sierra 056, Northeast Tower, how do you hear this transmission?
Medevac med service 056, Northeast Tower.
Pick up 36098 Foxtrot, Northeast Ground, Roger. Stand by one. I'll get back to you when I can.
Approach to runway 24, what's going on down there?
Position 755. We have a lost aircraft. We're not exactly sure what happened, so we're trying to figure it out. For now, the field is going to be closed, so no inbounds or outbounds probably.
All right, understand. Thank you.
36098 Foxtrot. I'm sure you copied that, but for right now, we're gonna call the field closed. We'll try to get you out here when we can. If we can't, we'll have to take you over to Atlantic. But stand by for now.
That's nuts. So they lost communication. This is crazy. Okay. There's somebody reporting here, and of course you see now they're saying 2 people were on board. See how information changes? But again, let's not forget FAA is saying 2 people were on board. 2 people were on in the plane. Let's see what they say here. Okay? Let's take a listen. Man, this is crazy.
Focused on pushing people, from the neighborhood back away from this intersection. I was listening to you talk to Mark Lavala as well, and, we were asking about smelling anything in the area. Since we've been here, I was also expecting, as I've been listening to the reports on the way here, to smell something. I don't. We are seeing smoke, and I don't know how clear it is. Martin zooming in about a block or so, 2 blocks away from us, and you can see smoke possibly coming from the right side of the screen, moving across off the road there. So not sure where that's coming from, but we definitely have been seeing it off and on as we've been standing here. There was a young lady and a guy who came by just a minute ago, really wanting to talk to police, as police were telling people to go back, and they said they needed to talk to police about something, trying to keep an eye on them. They are also actually across the street talking to police right now. But again, just trying to really clear this area and keep people as far away as they can, aside from media. As Mark mentioned, this was supposed to be the staging area. We have not heard anything from officials yet as to when we may receive a briefing and if it will happen here at Bustleton and Cottman. But, we're on standby for that, of course, to try to hear more of what we can hear. Did you guys make it good for me, okay? Because this is very important.
Pardon?
Did you hear anything?
Yeah. The plane crashed. There's possibly a fireball in the sky. It
possibly
broke up over the mall.
Where were you?
We were
What?
over in that lot over there. So we just saw the aftermath, but I've talked to a couple law enforcement officers and whatnot.
I'm just walking around this area. Do you live in the area or work?
Cruisetown. Yeah, I live not too far.
Just walking around here.
That plane was
right now,
intact, in my
what are you
personal
seeing?
opinion.
What's the mood like out here?
Somber, concerning. They're trying to keep people back because we heard the gas lines were at risk. I haven't seen an after explosion yet.
Have you smelled anything, seen smoke since this happened?
We saw a lot of smoke and we saw fire down there.
When you hear that they're saying that this, was a medical flight.
We heard the same
doctors
thing.
and patients on board.
Or Memphis or something.
What does that do to you? It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking anybody, anytime. But certainly from what we heard, there were 2 doctors, a patient, a friend, I guess a pilot and crew, whatever. But any tragedy like this is horrific. It's terrible.
What's the area like as far as getting around? I mean, you're on foot, so you're free to move, just not beyond the barricades, but even traffic-wise.
Traffic looks like it's moving a little better now, but, all of Bustleton was backed up before, and obviously here on Cottman, they're starting where they've kept diverting traffic farther away, so nobody can get, even close at all.
And last thing, so I can let you guys go out of the rain, why'd you decide to come down here as far as you could walk?
We were just shopping and maybe going to grab something to eat. So we were inside one of the stores at the time. And then when we came out, that's when we saw the melee and fire and smoke. And then just, red light, blue light, one after another. Police, firemen, just all racing down. Common sense tells me to not get too close to what appears to be an explosion.
Yeah.
That I can tell you.
Out here right now, why'd you guys decide to you're out here now?
Just to be part of the community with anybody who
Terrifying.
needs anything. A hug. Just to be around.
Well said. Thank you so much. And that's what, the good part of this that we're talking about. As much as there are a lot of people out here walking around and taking pictures, there are certainly people who are looking to see if they can help in any way. And again,
The city of brotherly love. Let's not forget that.
it's exactly to where the heart of the scene is. So it's not likely that people will be able to get down, and they don't even know what they can do, right? Jason and Don, they just, as you heard him say, feel like they want to be a part of a community here. It is heartbreaking. We talk about what type of flight it is, the size plane, and he made a good point. Whether it was a 2-seater, these are people who are a part of someone's family, who have been in this situation tonight, which, as far as we know, does not appear to be a good ending. So again, where we are at Bustleton and Cottman, police trying to keep people away. People are leaving and coming back. We still see those same emergency vehicles around here, which are still on standby for anything, as we wait to get word, hopefully, from officials here on the scene at some point tonight.
Shawnette, thank you very much. Let's get back to this video that just came into our newsroom. Can we take it full You just, okay, we're working on it. You just saw it was two people entering their home much closer to the crash scene from what I believe is a doorbell camera.
Here it is.
Watch this.
That's nuts.
So you see two blasts. You see this man. He doesn't turn around until, well, he hears something.
Right.
Before the crash.
And it seems fairly close.
Look at that, guys.
You can see the plane there. A ball of fire.
And two explosions, one after the other, which makes you think, were there pieces of plane falling at the same time? Was this plane intact by the time it hit the ground? Your guess is as good as mine. But these poor folks just, running inside for their lives. And we thank them for sharing this disastrous video with us. But I mean, it just gives you an idea of what people in this neighborhood had to deal with. What incredible video from that. And there's the other video on the left of the fireball.
Yeah.
That one not showing the simultaneous back-to-back blasts that we just saw.
But you can see emergency crews, firefighters, ambulances, police, as far as the eye can see. Every available unit is.
Okay, we got a few updates. So I'm going to give you guys these updates here real quick, okay? So they say plane on medical assignment crashes in Northeast. Hold on, I'm going to pause this so we can hear what they got to say here too real quick. Okay, so that's one thing for sure. Okay, multiple casualties have been reported after a small plane crashed in a residential neighborhood in Northeast Philadelphia. It happened near Cotman Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard just after 6 p.m. Friday. According to the FAA, and this is also a recap for all y'all who are just walking in right now and checking out the show now and just hearing about this information, okay? So according to the FAA, a Learjet 55 departed from Northeast Philadelphia Airport en route to Springfield Branson National Airport in Missouri when it went down, okay? We've been watching all the impact videos. It's been absolutely insane, shocking. Never thought we'd ever see anything like this for real. But moving on, police say that the plane was on a medical assignment. There were reportedly 6 people on board. See, some reports are saying 6, some FAA is saying 2, but we don't know what's really going on here. So hopefully they clear that soon. Okay, so according to Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, he says 6 people were on board. There was a patient, a family member, a doctor, and 2 pilots, if I'm correct. All right, but the FAA had initially reported that there were 2 people on board. The agency did not have any update on their condition. I'm assuming they're have all perished. Okay, it was just horrific. I was just driving down the road, coming to Wendy's, and I just saw a plane basically hit the building and it exploded. The sky lit up and I pulled over and basically it was just real bad around here. That's what one witness said about this. And he said the incident was earthquake-ish. All right. It lit up the whole sky, he added. Okay, so a large fire burned in the wake of the crash, prompting a significant response. Vehicles could also be seen on fire. Yeah, I mean, everything would be on fire. It's one big container of gas, right? So, of course, boom, it's going to go off, right? Several people were taken to the hospital with various burn injuries. There's no word on their conditions. So the fire department advised residents to avoid the area. And of course, they're going to stay there. And I hope that they do. The FAA issued a ground stop at Northeast Philadelphia Airport due to an aircraft incident. So another airport is shut down right now. Okay. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and his team are communicating with local officials and first responders and is, quote unquote, offering all Commonwealth resources as they respond to the small private plane crash in Northeast Philly. Of course, FAA and NTSB say it is investigating. So they're still, The investigation is still ongoing, and the information is still developing right now as we speak. We don't know everything yet. Of course, like I said, FAA is saying that there were 2 people on the plane. We are hearing from other people, other officials, other people saying that there's 6 people that were on the plane. So that's one thing that has not been clarified yet. And that is a very frustrating thing for sure. All right. But before we get into this, because I do want to hear what this reporter has to say real quick, there is another video on Instagram. Shout out to my boy T. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you sharing this with me. But apparently there is another video here. So we're going to take a look at this really quick.
Plaza on Coppin Avenue. Is they okay? Yo! Who on fire? Oh my God, y'all, look at this shit, yo! Yo! Look, y'all. Yo, a plane just crashed on Cottman Ave, y'all. Yo, what the fuck? Look at that. Yo, it just ran into people's houses. Look, a plane just crashed, y'all.
Some crazy, scary stuff, y'all. I mean, this is absolutely knuckin' futz. I'm going to be real. Let's play a little bit of this, guys.
And the outer lanes are closed. The inner lanes go under Cottman Avenue here. And we're being careful because even though the road's closed, you see police vehicles and Philadelphia Gas Works vehicles are coming through. Plus, they are bringing in things that indicate that this is going to be a long investigation, like the steel barricades that we see up for the Eagles celebration. So we've seen truckloads of those. We've seen porta-johns come through because there's going to be teams out here for hours and hours and maybe days and days, I should say. Now, look. They kept moving the media back, and that also moving back the updates. And we'll learn whether there's a discrepancy between the Federal Aviation Administration's information about the plane and what Philadelphia police were told about the plane. So we'll get that sorted out when police give us an official on-the-record comment. But police are standing by what they had said earlier because I showed them the FAA statement. Now, you'll see on the corner where the green traffic lights are here at Cottman. Now it's turning yellow. That McDonald's is there, the big McDonald's M sign, the arches, that light is out now. They've closed the McDonald's. That's where I parked initially thinking I'd be okay. The police moved all the people and all the cars out of there because that's where that air tank was. And then on the other side of the McDonald's, further away from the scene, we were told an air tank went through the window of the family-owned diner next to the McDonald's. So they said they keep finding pieces everywhere, and that's why they moved us out of the Philly gas station over there initially as well. So they are finding this debris field even further out every time they see something, and it's dark and raining. So that's what's going on out here right now. They are trying to sort out and find out where all these parts are because that is a crime. They treat it as a crime scene. They treat it just like a crime scene. So they don't want people trampling on it. People see usually car parts here because there's so many accidents. And as I said, these parts were so small, you would never recognize them unless you were probably in aviation somehow. And we'll learn about all that coming up when we get some information from people.
Look at that.
And
that
Steve,
oxygen tank.
You're hearing now that there were 2 oxygen tanks that were among the debris, one that was in the parking lot and then one that went through a window.
Yeah, and the diner is right next to the McDonald's. And in fact, we've been there on Christmas morning, a family-owned diner. When I get off the air with you, I'm going to run over there and see and get what the police were telling me and see if that's for sure and see if there's a smashed window with a tank. But I took pictures, and I was talking to you earlier about the tank that was right there on the corner by the bus stop you're looking at Bustleton and Cottman. And again, that's across all 12 lanes of Roosevelt Boulevard. And as Greg moves left, you can still see the initial area where the first smoke and flames were. You can still see smoke billowing up into the sky here over that AutoZone roof.
Okay, I'm having one moment of a tinfoil hat. And I'm curious who could have been operating, piloting the planes, and could they have been if this was something sinister, not just another freak accident, which is very odd that this is another freak accident 48 hours after another freak accident. happened. At least that's what they're saying so far. Still, I'm side-eyeing that situation too. Okay. But could this a person who was operating the plane possibly been inspired by what happened 2 days ago? I know that's a wild thing to ask, but I'm curious about that because it just seems so odd. Because for a fact, a lot of people are resting easy and saying in their minds, what's the chances of another plane crash like what we saw 48 hours ago? Right? The odds are insane. The odds are it's impossible, right? Then you get into a plane and another one goes down 2 days later. It's scary. So instantly it makes you wonder, could it be another malfunction? Could there something else be? Could something sinister be happening here? I don't know, but that's something I'm hoping that they get the answer to very, very, very soon. Okay. Real quick, Nikki, thank you so much for gifting one membership. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And whoever just became a member, welcome to the family. Welcome, 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 welcome to the family. Okay. But unfortunately, guys, I have to wrap up the show. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot that still needs to be answered. Unfortunately, I got some things I got to go and take care of. But if there's any new developments revolving around this, hopefully we will get some answers here very soon. Let me see something. Hold on.
Yeah, rough time of when you're going to
Hold
talk.
on.
Hopefully within 20 minutes.
All right. So
they're going to be back on in 20 minutes.
We're going
Hold
to
on.
hear from Philadelphia Police
Hold
for
on.
the first time.
Hold on.
You'll probably hear from the police commissioner and any other people
Stay with me.
that are here in
Stay
terms
with
of
me.
command for this crash. So
Stay with me.
that's the story here, right along Roosevelt Boulevard. Where
Stay
you see
with
the
me.
outer lanes closed, and they likely will be for a while.
Stay with me.
They're still bringing in teams. They're still bringing in investigators, and they're still bringing in equipment. And the folks dealing with this are also dealing with some harsh conditions out here with wind, rain, and a whole lot of people up here that they keep moving back as well. Jason, Dawn?
Not an ideal situation.
So apparently they're going to do something within 20 minutes. So we gonna see what's up. Okay, let's see if that's actually accurate. If not, I of course I'm gonna have to hop off here. Okay, but still, the reporter. I mean, this is so crazy. Let me see here. Let me move up a little bit.
Just beyond Leonard Street. I don't know if I was calling it Leonard Street earlier. I might have called it Leonard Ave, but it's Leonard Street. There's a Raising Cane's across the street that's on Cotman, and Leonard Street is directly across. Now, I can't see the house that was burning anymore, but after those vehicles moved, you are now looking at, like you said, a burned out car, and I don't even want to guess what's in the middle there, but there's a lot of debris right there.
Yeah.
So that's actually, we're looking at
This is
Cotman
insane.
right now. That's Cotman.
That's Cotman. That is Cotman. Yeah. So Steve Keeley was talking. He was on the other. My shot is facing towards Roosevelt Boulevard. So Steve Keeley, like if you look at that 18, the number 18
Yes.
fire truck right there, I believe Steve was on the other side of that, and so I'm totally opposite of him. And I am like, this is what's in between us.
Wow. Mark, hold on there for 1 minute because
imagine this.
We just
go ahead.
got some information from Jet Rescue Air Ambulance. They released a statement saying that at approximately 6:25, Jet Rescue Air Ambulance experienced a crash. The Lear Jet 55 crashed after takeoff from Philadelphia, and they are saying that there were 4 crew members and 1 passenger, a pediatric patient on board. No further information is available at this time.
It was a kid.
They go on to say that they cannot confirm any survivors. No names are being released at this time until family members have been notified. It says our immediate concern is for the patient's family, our personnel, their families, and other victims that may have been hurt on the ground.
Oh my
and
God.
Then it just says more information will be released
That's
as
terrible.
it becomes available. And this is coming from Jet Rescue Air Ambulance. this was released just a short time ago from that company.
Back to Mark here, because this is as bad as we've seen the devastation on the ground. This is our closest look at it. I mean, here, Mark, it looks like, I mean, this is ground zero.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of when I was trying to describe, because we don't want to disrespect the scene too much, and I'm hoping we're not seeing anything too graphic, but it just looks like, I mean, I see that car ahead, and I did see some workers using their phones and taking pictures, probably doing video walks.
If you back up here, can you just widen out here, and I just kind of want to get a better lay of the land. Okay, so there you can see.
So this is the Leonard Street.
Yes.
That's the house where I was telling you about. That's what we were looking at earlier.
I see.
Leonard Street, and then there's a house next to it.
And that house is still smoldering.
Well, no, I think it's that smoke is beyond. I think Steve was describing what he was seeing. That was also that was where closer to Roosevelt Boulevard, and I didn't see that earlier. We just started seeing that like about 10 minutes ago, and so right near Leonard Street, it's just a little beyond. This is where? So there's the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as you had described, a fire vehicle moved out of the way and gave you a clearer picture of the devastation on Cotman.
Yeah, there was nothing clear earlier. It was just all cars, and a couple big fire trucks just moved, and this is what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
And I don't even. I mean, I just can't even. You can't even describe, because I don't see people walking through there at all. So.
Yeah.
Normally at these scenes you would just see them, walking through and looking through. But at this point, I would guess NTSB are the ones you got to wait for them to.
Well, yeah, they'll investigate they'll investigate the cause and try to gather every piece of plane they can possibly get their hands on.
Oh no!
The firefighters who arrived on scene, they probably went car to car, house to house, business to business to try to find anybody in need of medical attention. There's a car there that, I mean, talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, the fireball.
I might be able to go out in the street. Sorry, Jason.
Go ahead.
They police asked us to stay on the sidewalk, so that's where I'm at. And it's amazing I can even see the shot. I might be able to go to the street a little bit. Let me excuse my moving here. I guess you get a better shot of the car only, but
well, they got the fire department has their rescue lights blaring to try to see the scene better. Judging by their body language, they're just kind of walking around at this point. So you have to imagine anybody in need of medical attention has already received it and has been transported or whatnot. And now it's just they're kind of walking around in a daze, in a shock, it seems.
Right. It looks like a war zone out there.
Exactly. No, and you called it ground zero earlier. It's what it seems like, because normally at these scenes you would see people running around and going back and forth. Not seeing that at all.
We're a little over 2 hours into this. I mean, the plane reportedly went down at 6:30 tonight after taking off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. And so 2 hours in, we're still trying to figure out exactly what caused that plane to just drop from the sky and burst into a fireball.
Dawn, if I could
crash.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Can I just interrupt you for a second? I don't think we described this earlier, but I'm now looking at the house that was on Leonard Street. Earlier, we did not. I don't know if you had the shut up, but I did see fire crews walking through.
Walking through the house?
Yes, they were walking through the house earlier. Yes, I don't know if we had that up. That's this house right here, but that is not the case anymore. They're just still.
And does the house look burned out? I mean, it does from our vantage.
If you look at this door. Yeah, you look at the door. It looks like that. There might have been flames at the point. I mean, you see the
scorch marks.
That awning there looks like it's burnt up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the. The ground zero. Here we go. Here we go. They're walking through now. You see fire crews, but.
And these crews have been on the scene for hours in these horrific conditions. It's rainy. It's cold. It's windy.
Yeah, there's even footage of somebody actually on fire, guys. That's being shared all over X right now after the explosion or after this impact and this crash. And Yeah, I don't recommend you guys seeing it. But it's tough. This is all terrible, right? This just doesn't make any sense. So now we hear that it was 5 individuals. One of them happened to be a pediatric patient. So in other words, one of them was a kid, and the kid was actually a patient, and probably the reason why they were doing that trip from Philly to the Springfield Branson National Airport. This is so bad. This is so sad. Hopefully they're going to be doing this here very, very soon. Hopefully they're going to be doing this press conference here very, very soon. We will see here. 1 second, guys.
Before you know it, he turns around and there's a fireball. I mean, look at the camera. You lose sight of everything. That's how bright things were.
And I'm just curious. I'm just wondering where they are in relation to that fireball in the sky, because like you said, he stopped. So they were close enough to hear something loud. And we also have been hearing from other people that they heard an explosion.
Yeah.
So.
And back live. But, it's such a heavily populated area that there are many, many videos, different angles, different, a lot of Ring doorbell. There's some dash cams as well. And you better believe the NTSB will look at each and every one of them to try to figure out what happened. You just can't help but notice it's almost already a fireball before it hits the ground.
Right. And it's kind of surreal. And then we see that fireball in the sky, Jason, and then we see multiple fires on the ground.
So that was a fireball in the sky as it was going down. That's very interesting. Because some people were saying, you heard that eyewitness that was sitting on the see. I thought that was just lights, but I guess that was a fire. So something happened. Either some sort of malfunction happened. Something happened here. What is going on? What happened? So yeah, because it does look like it's on fire. It does look like it's on fire. That's insane, y'all. Okay, but real quick before that's so odd. And they said something about it breaking up over a mall. That's what they were saying. It was like breaking up over a mall. And then, of course, all things went down. It looks like we're going to do the press conference here. Okay. Do me a favor, though, before we get started. Hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe. Let's get into it.
Facts about what we know for certain right now. An aircraft went down in the vicinity of Roosevelt Mall on Cottman Avenue. This occurred shortly after 6 p.m. this evening. As of right now, we have no reports on the number of fatalities. So right now, we're just asking for prayers for any and everyone who may have been affected. We do want to note that several dwellings and vehicles were impacted. So what are we asking you to do for us right now, Philadelphia? We're urging you to please stay away from the scene. If you see debris, call 911. Don't touch anything. This is still an active scene under investigation. I'm proud to note that all of our federal and state partners, they are either en route here or on the ground with us right now. We did see some neighbors who live in the surrounding community. Just stay in your home. Again, it's still an active scene and it's under investigation. This is only the first of many briefings, I'm sure, to come on this evening. And of course, when daylight comes, when we have more facts and information to share with you. But I do want to say a special thank you right now, again, to all of our federal and state partners and our amazing first responders right here in the city of Philadelphia. Our fire, our EMS, our police department, they have been here working vigorously to ensure that we get this perimeter and the surrounding area blocked off to ensure that we make public safety and health our number one priority. So we don't have any further information to share at this time. I've spoken to our Governor, Josh Shapiro. He is en route. I've spoken to our U.S. Senator, John Fetterman. other federal officials, and everyone, all hands on deck. That's where we are right now. Thank you so very much, and we'll have more information to report in the near future.
They still trying to figure everything out, I guarantee you.
And that appears to be it.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah, I didn't expect a lot there. It's just so fluid.
Yeah, and it
so
just
many things
happened.
Yet to be determined. So Mayor Sherelle Parker,
And honestly,
the main point they're saying, if you come across debris, first of all, stay away from the area. Don't touch anything, and if you see any debris, call 911. So that's really was the gist of what she had to say.
no doubt. I mean, listen, this is still an ongoing investigation. They're still trying to recover, if not rescue, if there is anybody that needs to be rescued, because let's not forget, there are going to be people that are, there is a video circulating out on X right now of a man or a person walking, and they're on fire, literally right by the crash. So again, and that's out there. I'm not going to show it on here. It's way too graphic. But again, they are still doing as much as they can to get as much information as they got, or get as much information as they can get. I'm sorry. So again, we still do not know everything. They don't know everything yet because they're still just trying to clean the place up and gather whatever they can gather in regards to this whole thing. Again, this is heartbreaking. I am still shocked about this, to be completely honest. Then now I'm understanding even more that the plane was on fire when it was going down. So something happened while it was in the air. A few minutes after it took off, something malfunctioned or something went down, and then it all went crashing down. Of course, we'll know more information here soon. I'm hoping that we'll get more info here very, very soon in regards to this, but obviously we don't have everything yet. So again, I have to wrap up, unfortunately, guys, but still, that is the show. My prayers and thoughts go out to all the victims in this situation, to all the people that are in Philly right now. I'm hoping that they stay strong and they do everything they can to help the people and help the people out in regards to this, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of help needed for sure. Ladybug, thank you so much for the love. Research radio wave blocking. They can shut down and control aircraft. Have been testing it with drones. Interesting information. I'm going to have to look into that and see what you're talking about in more detail. But I appreciate everybody for coming in, being a part of the conversation. It really does mean a lot. All right. Hit that like button down below. Do not forget to do that. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that follow button if you're watching on other platforms. Please and thank you. All right. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it's random and very breaking news, like stuff like this. So make sure that notification bell is set to all. And also go to my secondary channel as well, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe to that secondary channel as well. All right. I cover a lot of stuff over there too. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Support this channel if you can. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. And of course, do not forget, check out PascalMerch.com. I got some really, really great stuff over there. And I guarantee you're going to find something over there that you're just going to absolutely love. Okay? So, guys, this is devastating information. I hope we find out more on what happened here and what can be done to prevent from these kind of things from happening ever again. I can't believe this happened 48 hours after another mass tragedy dealing with planes. But again, maybe this is a big wake-up call, and there's maybe some things that really need to be stitched up as soon as possible. But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here again. We'll talk soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Have a great weekend, guys, if I don't see you guys. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.